We'll give it a few moments. Let's see. Are you? Excellent. Hello, Davina. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Or as we say, good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are. I hope you're all doing well today. Hello, Matthew. Welcome. Hello, Dan. Hello again, Davina. Early good morning, Jeanette. Hello. Hello down under. It's way early for you. Malcolm, good morning. How's everyone today? I hope you guys are all doing well. Today I'm drinking out of a Black Widow cup. This is really Dolly's cup, but you know. That's pretty good. Fluffy blanket and a hot water bottle is always, that sounds really comfy. So Happy New Year to everyone. I know I said Happy New Year, but this is our first Mob TV episode of the new year. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy late New Year, Diane. Hey, Darren, how are you? Good morning. Happy New Year. Coffee is always essential. Second mug of death with Malcolm. You're going to have to cut down a little bit, I think. I think so. Hello, Tina. Happy New Year. Welcome. Hope you're all doing well today. It's chilly in my part of the world. I don't know how it is where you guys are, but it was chilly this morning. I was up, if you've been watching my Instagram, I've been getting up crazy hours. It's 34 degrees Fahrenheit here today. It's just a bit above freezing. So let's get our show officially started with our Mob TV greeter. Where is she? Hello. Come say hello.
Hi.
Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You gotta be in frame.
Happy New Year.
All right, excellent. So that's funny, Mom. Your mom tried to ban you. No, what you need to do is you need to make some Death Wish, make enough for both of you, and then leave a mug for her so she can drink some. And then she won't ban you. What she'll say, she won't try to ban you. She'll say, hey, you need to order more for both of us. That's cold, Darren. Yeah. 31 Celsius is what?
32.
No, what's 31 Celsius?
31 Celsius is super hot summer.
It's summer. It's hot where you are, Jeanette.
Degrees.
Yeah, 31 Celsius is what, 70 Fahrenheit?
It's like
That's comfortable. That's comfortable,
like
Jeanette.
100.
Ooh, that's really hot. Wow, 31 Celsius, yeah. It's 34 Celsius. It's 34 Fahrenheit here. So, yeah. They should just, you know what, let's get rid of this whole Fahrenheit Celsius thing and pick one. Really. Oh, she can't drink that, Malcolm. She has a heart problem. Maybe the Valhalla she could drink, but she really can't drink Death Wish. Like, they actually put that on the bags. Like, if you have a heart condition, Death Wish is not good for you. 87 degrees. That's really warm. Yeah. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Laura. Welcome. Chris Mendoza. Thank you. We are live on YouTube. So hello to everyone that's watching us on YouTube. And Happy New Year to all of you, all around the world. Yeah, it's chilly, Malcolm. 1 degree Celsius. Yeah. Here, it's close to that. It's a little warmer than that here. It's 34 degrees. Yeah, Celsius, it makes a lot more sense. It really does. All right. Welcome, Heather. Don't leave that coffee mug there for too long. It's going to disappear. Okay. Let's get started. So the first thing is, Happy New Year to all of you. We all know that 2020 was, oh my God. And 2021 is off to a rough start. But as I said in a really short, in our Zen moment, grit is an important thing. So grit is that, I have it up on my wall, so let me see what it says. This is the extra something that separates the most successful people from the rest. It's the passion, perseverance, and stamina that we must channel in order to stick with our dreams until they become a reality. That's grit. We're going to need a lot of that in 2021. So let's just make it a point to build that up, because 2021 looks like it's going to be a rough year. Hopefully not as bad as 2020, but it's going to be a rough year. Hey, Mark. Good morning. Welcome. Yeah, 28 years in Africa is a heat. Yeah, that's hot. Afternoon, Tanya. Welcome and Happy New Year. So let's shout outs to the tribe, the whole tribe. And so some of them are in virtual school over there. Some of them are spread out all over the place. So shout out to my tribe, to my sister Lisa, who's at work right now. So she can't really, I don't think she can be here today. To everyone that's in the tribe. To everyone in YouTube, hello, Happy New Year. It's great to have you here with us. So thank you. And yes, Jeanette, grit and kindness. It's a balance, right? You got to have both. Everyone on YouTube, thank you. Keep supporting us. And if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, share, click on that like button, click on the subscribe to hit the little bell, the notification, so you can always know when our Mog TV Cafe Clutches shows are coming on. Please do that. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Just go. On Instagram, I'm posting more on Instagram. So go follow us on Instagram. We're at Bitten Peaches. And you can find quotes, snips, covers, pictures from the books, Mounting Strong, different kind of images that amazing artists have done for us. So go follow us on Instagram at Bitten Peaches. Hello, Dan. Wow, it's snowing. Hello, Audrey. Amazing. Hello, John. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to that, John. Thanks. Yeah, I won't forget. Let's see. ZAZZLE. There's been amazing stuff on ZAZZLE, so get your swag on. It's the new year. Get some new swag. So go to ZAZZLE. The link is, Dolly will put up the link, but the link is in our Ma page. So if you can't see, maybe you can't see it on the Ma page, it's usually on the side there somewhere. I know FB has changed its whole UI interface. So, but the link is there, and I think Dolly will put it up again, just in case you missed it. Go find us on ZAZZLE and go get your swag. People have been getting some awesome swag. Janae got an awesome mask. Even I hadn't seen that mask. I'm going to get that mask. It looks so awesome. It's the Mages of Badassery mask. It looks great. I'm going to get me one of those. Oh, we have, so working off of what John just told us, we have Patreon. So again, I want to thank Carl Skull, who he was the one who said, listen, you need to get a Patreon. And I'm like, what is a Patreon? Why would I need a Patreon? And so he says, good. Now I'd like to be able to support you even more. So I took Carl's idea. I said, wow, this is a great idea. And I gave it to Dolly. And she said, I got this. And so she ran with the Patreon stuff, and she set it up, and she went to the website, and she got it all going. And now we have Patreon. So that is awesome. So I'm just going to read our patrons real quick. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do this as this list keeps growing. We're going to have to do every new person. Well, maybe we could do like every new month. Yeah. All right. So for January 2021, we already have, what is it, 18 people? Mm-hmm. 18 people as patrons. So here we go. I want to say thank you to Jacob Anderson, Cat English. If I mangle your name, I really, really apologize. Cat English, Dan, the Awesome Fong, Gail, Ketchum Herman, Chad Bowden, Kimberly Currington, Ralph Kroll, Sarah Branson, Alicia Harper, Wicked Bird, in case someone's anonymous, Ingrid Shivjen, like I want to say. I know it's one of the Icelandic names. Carrie O'Leary, Krista Fox, Tammy Coles, or Cowles, Carl Skoll, who was the originator of the idea for us, Jim McGuire, John Falver, and Joe Dungy. Is it Dungy or Dungy, Joe? I never found out which one that was. Thank you all for being patrons, and we really, really appreciate it. And it's amazing. I didn't expect that kind of response. It's incredible. Thank you so much. And Dolly addressed this in the mob. Don't feel like this is obligatory, like you have to do this. This is for those of you that want to support us in a different way as well. So even if you don't, everything else stays the same. So it's pretty awesome. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Dolly really appreciates it because this is her. She's taken this on and she's made it awesome. So Dolly definitely does rock. Yes. So yes. Please, oh yeah. When you get stuff from ZAZZLE, use the referral link that's in the mob. It's in the mob group. It's in the mob group. And maybe you want to, did you put it in here? Maybe you want to put it in. So Dolly just put it in. Use that referral link, okay? It's much easier for us to keep track of. So please use a referral link. All right, let's continue. If you're part of the email group, you notice that we sent out an email on Tuesday the 5th. So I'm going to be doing that regularly. I'm going to start using the newsletter more. So if you're not part of the newsletter, and I don't think this applies to anyone that's here, because most of the people who go to the Mob TV are in the newsletter, but if you're not in the newsletter, go to OrlandoASanchez.com and please sign up. Just put your email in, sign up, and become part of the newsletter there. That group is called the Creative Warriors. So please sign up to that newsletter, and you'll get, you'll know when the books come out, when they're released. Even if you're not in the mob, you'll find out, things like that. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be particular to the newsletter. So please sign up there. Don't forget, follow me on BookBub. I know a lot of you already do, but BookBub has this system where the more followers you have, the more things they offer you. So follow me on BookBub. I'm there as Orlando A. Sanchez. You can follow me there too, please. I'd appreciate it. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, that newsletter, I'm working on it, and I might be switching email providers. We'll see, but I wanted to have something that kind of works where I can start doing it regularly. Yeah. Hello, Rhiannon. Welcome. Oh, so you might have heard of this service called Binge Books, which is new. It's a service for authors to promote their books. So go find me on Binge Books. Dolly's gonna have to, she's been putting up a lot of links today. Find me on Binge Books. I'm one of the founding authors. So find me on Binge Books. Just follow me there, and you can find there's like so many authors there already. So go to Binge Books and find us there. No, you don't have to sign up, Davina. Just you can find on Binge Books. You can find me and just kind of follow me there. Cynthia, welcome. Good morning. If I missed anyone, good morning and Happy New Year. You don't have to participate, Davina. Just the fact that you participate here is awesome enough. So all right. So book updates. Let's get to them. All right, here we go. Walking the Razor. Don't forget to leave your reviews. We are at, I don't have any reviews we're at. We're at 165, so that's awesome. I mean, every review is awesome. So thank you for all the reviews on Walking the Razor. If you haven't left your review yet, please leave a review when you get a moment. I know, like I always said, I know life gets in the way. We get busy. Things are happening. We're in the middle of a pandemic. It's very easy to forget this stuff. Also, we get brain fogged. It's like a lot of things are happening all at once. Take a moment, slow down, and go leave a review for Walking the Razor. It'll bring peace into your morning. Just that exercise of slowing down and leaving a review. It doesn't have to be a book. It could just be a sentence. I enjoyed it, or he needs to write more, or he needs to write faster, or he needs to write better. It could be any of those. So I'm not saying what you should write. I'm just saying please leave one. It's awesome. Okay. So that's Walking the Razor, and it's doing really well. It was #1 for the longest time. It always amazes me when the books are #1. Always. It's never it's never something I get comfortable with. It's always like awe. It's like, wow, that's amazing. It was #1, and then They Bite, which also needs reviews because They Bite's like 40 something. So let's get the reviews for They Bite. They Bite came out and it was #2, and then for a little while, They Bite pushed Walking the Razor to #2, and took over the #1 spot, which it's rare that happens because I really have 2 books out at once. Good morning, Tiffany. Welcome. And so for a while it was They Bite and Walking the Razor. Then Walking the Razor said, no, I don't think so, and then became #1 again. And now they're both out of #1. I think They Bite's #2 now because the new release it's only for a short time. But it's really awesome to be like even in the top 50. So it's amazing. I thank you all for that. It's an incredible privilege and honor that I couldn't do without each of you to have the books at those slots, at that rank on Amazon. So I appreciate it. You guys, I appreciate you so much. You don't know. So what am I working on now? So you guys have seen the snippets, right? And the Nixia and Acheron coalition is picking up steam. So I don't know what I'm going to do past 3 books. I'm going to have to see how the story kind of develops. you know? So, here, baby, this is done. So, we'll see what happens. But, I'm working on Nameless, and Nameless had to be done the same way the other, this is the 4th book, Nameless. And Nameless had to be done the way the first 3 books. It's just the way the story flowed. So it's going to be, when you're dealing with Sepia, that'll be first person, and then everyone else will be third person. So you'll be able to tell which chapter is who. And it was a little rough going in the beginning, because getting back into the story, getting back into the voices and in that headspace. But after a while, it flowed really well. So that was really great. And then They Rend, which is the 2nd book of the Nixia White, has been a lot of fun. And it's different from Monty and Strong, because Nixia is a darker, more kick-ass character. Not that Simon or Monty or any other characters in the MS world aren't kick-ass, but there's a certain, I don't know, something different about Nix. You guys can tell me if I'm off base here, but it feels like Nixia is a little darker, grittier. She's, you know, it's a difference to her, and this is why she's not in the Monty and Strong universe. I think she'd have issues with Simon and Monty, or they'd hunt her down, or something else. So it's rough, but her story is so much fun to write. And right now she's getting ready to go get Acheron, so that's where I'm at with that story. And I think at some point it's going to have to be longer. Maybe we'll do the trilogy as kind of an introduction to her world, and then jump into an actual full-length book. That's an idea. I think that might be something that works out well. Like, the trilogy will be something so people can get into the world, that kind of get introduced to the characters, and then we hit with one full book. Hello, Peggy. Welcome, Linda. If I miss you guys, the feed moves fast because I'm on the phone. Don't forget. So, Linda, hello. Peggy, hello. Anyone that I've missed, hello, and Happy New Year. So, that leaves Requiem, which has been a blast. I don't know what to say. Every time I write Monty Strong, the story just flows. So I start my day with Nameless, because that's the one that takes kind of like the most work to get into the gear for. So I'll do Nameless. Then I'll do They Rend, because I get side-eye if I don't write They Rend. Side-eye. Like, the Nixia White Coalition is close. And so, hello, Elizabeth. So I got to do They Rend. And then I leave Requiem for the last project of the day. And it's just ease. Writing Simon and Monty and Peaches and that whole world is just ease. It's like putting on like your favorite sweater. I've always said it's like putting on your favorite sweater. So jumping into Requiem, Simon is in the lobby of Haven. He still hasn't left the lobby of Haven because things have gone sideways so fast. And he's just walked in and things are going sideways. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And he's eventually going to get to Monty's room. And then he's going to have to deal with Roxanne before he gets there. And then he's going to get to Monty's room. And that's when the whole story starts to happening about what do some people want Simon for in this book. And will Monty join him? Of course Monty will join him, but you know. Okay, let's see. What does Cynthia say? It took me a bit, but I finally figured out what the shirt is. Oh, the shirt says Anti-Fragile. This is the shirt I wear. I get these shirts from Kabuki Strength, which is a online place, but they also do like strength work. And this is the shirt that I wear when I train because I am anti-fragile. So there you go. Let's see. Feed too fast, Dolly. I need another screen device just for the feed, or whisper in his ear. Are you here? Are you watching? Okay, just making sure. We need Professor Zilla here to Zilla for Orlando's timeline so we can get. Yeah, that's gonna be. That's more along Sid Rat's expertise. Several timelines all at once that I could then, you know, have multiple me's working at once. Let's see if I can get the feed up on the page. Are we here up on the page? Yeah, but I gotta refresh the page. Just that way I don't miss what you guys are saying. I don't see it. Ah, there I go. Wow, I'm scruffy looking today. Okay. Alright, so who did I miss? No, I'm up to date. Okay. I'm caught up. Yes, Tina, he survives Roxanne. Barely. What happens after Tank screams out gun and then what happens to the lobby is whoa. And then it's discovered that Simon is on a vetted visitor list, which he should have checked before yelling out gun. But, you know, when it's a knee-jerk reaction, you see a gun, you're in a lobby, it's this whole situation. Simon had just finished spending a minute or so singing, so he already looks a little crazy. Then he's got this huge hellhound, which looks a little off-putting. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to say, well, I should have checked the list when all those things start happening. Craig El Dragon, welcome. Happy New Year, Craig. So, yeah, Roxanne. So what happened? Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of what happens after. I'm not gonna tell you what happens to the lobby, but I'm gonna tell you how Roxanne finds Simon. So Simon gets launched across the lobby into a wall, and he falls behind some debris that used to be a desk, like one of the front desks, right? So that's how much damage is happening, right? Then more mages come into the lobby because, you know, it's like a lockdown situation. Once the lockdown is lifted, Roxanne comes into the lobby, and then, you know, Peaches always likes to get, he was always asking for the meat, so he walks over to where Roxanne is, and Roxanne knows that wherever Peaches is, Simon can't be too far behind. So she asks, she pets Peaches, which, you know, amazes everyone around because she gets to keep her hand. And she goes, where's Simon? And then Peaches pads over to where Simon is. Not that he's hiding, but he's behind debris. And so Peaches leads Roxanne right to Simon, and then the conversation begins. So it should be fun. So that's where I'm kind of around there, but I won't tell you the destruction that ensued before that. So yes, he is a great, and that he figures if he leads Roxanne to Peaches, how could she not make sausage for him? You know, how could she not? So, you know, Peaches is a smart help up. So, Darren, no, he's not still singing Roxanne. That's done. He wouldn't be caught doing that while she's there in the midst of that destruction, because then the destruction would just continue with him. So, all right. So let's continue. All right. So I haven't really done this, right? 3 projects at once. No, this is my first time working on 3 projects at once. So I'm trying to really pace it out so my brain doesn't melt. So I'm working the schedule. I'm still trying to get the schedule down. I was telling Dolly yesterday I need to revamp my schedule a bit, because it's also taking into consideration that the kids, one of the Valkyries is hybrid. So there are days that I'm going to have to do school runs, and so I have to work my schedule so I'm not kind of rushing when I'm writing. I don't want to do that, rush and write. I don't think I'll be taking on doing 3 projects like that again. 2 projects maybe, but I could do maybe 2 projects and a novella. That we'll see if we can do. We'll see how it turns out.
You mean 2 Nixia?
No, I don't mean 2 Nixias. I mean like 2 novels, like there's always a Monty and Strong, another book, and then maybe a Nixia White. We'll see. So yeah, so that's basically where I'm at right now, dealing with 3 projects. It's interesting because they're so different that I can switch between the worlds easily, and that helps too. So yeah, I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, Craig. No spoilers. I'm just leading you guys on to where the next part goes. Let's see. Audiobooks. For those of you that love audiobooks, and I love our audiobooks because they're narrated by Kevin T. Collins. The audiobook for Hell Hath No Fury is out. It's what was it, recently? Yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. Yesterday, just dropped yesterday. So go get your audiobooks if you like audiobooks. Number 9, which is Reaping Wind, if I'm not mistaken, right? Reaping Wind should be out this month, I believe. The audiobook for Reaping Wind. I really like listening to the audiobooks. I don't make as much time as I want to, but the audiobook, it's almost like jumping into a movie. The way Kevin narrates the story, and I'm the one who wrote the story, and I get riveted. Like I'm listening, like wow. That's incredible. It's like he just has this way of narrating it that's amazing. So Dolly's putting up the link for Audible. Dolly's going to be like the link master today. So She put up the link for the Hell Hath No Fury, the Audible for the number 8. So we're catching up to, what was it, number 13? I don't know if I can write faster than Kevin can narrate. Jeez. Don't worry, we have a lot of stuff for him. There's so much stuff for him to narrate that I think we can keep the Monty and Strong books ahead of him for a little while. But right now we're up to number 8, and it's, what, 13 books so far. He still has to do Walking the Razor. He hasn't caught up. He hasn't caught up to Walking the Razor. If you see me turning my head to speak, it's because I'm speaking to Dolly, who's right over here. Dolly did not say hello for the Happy New Year. Hello, hello, miss.
Hi, everyone.
No, okay, hi. Miss Disembodied Voice. Hello, hello.
Hello. Happy New Year, everyone.
There you go. Let's see, what's Davina saying? Who else thinks the next is totally masterminded by Victoria? Even if someone else thinks it was them. Victoria's pretty awesome. I like Victoria. She's, you know who Victoria reminds me of? But she has a little bit more bite to her. If you enjoy Bond, she really reminds me of M, but when she was played by Judi Dench. So, she's that kind of character where, like, there's so much going on, and she's not going to let you know what happens behind the scenes. And she has no compunction about manipulating things to be the way they need to be. So Judi Dench, or shall we say Dame Judi Dench, played that role so well. She was the first female M. And when I think of Victoria, I think of that kind of character, like in that kind of role. So Victoria is awesome. And she's also powerful. So we'll see what happens later with Victoria. Because Nyx has a real, a bone to pick with Victoria. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Everyone's saying Happy New Year to Dolly. So, yeah. Yes, Jeanette, it's true. You can see a lot of it. Well, we'll say see figuratively, right? But you can see a lot of Simon's growth when you can listen to him in the story. You know, it's interesting. You can see that. You can kind of see that trajectory, that arc happening. And it's even more now after what happened in Walking the Razor. In Requiem, it's interesting when I write Simon, it's like he's transformed. So it's really interesting to see how the characters grow as you write them. Yes, Jeanette, Judi Dench as M was incredible. She was the best for me. She was the best M in the whole Bond franchise. So I liked the way she imagined the character, how she portrayed the character, and Victoria is very much like that character. See, Malcolm. So Judi Dench to play Victoria in the movie franchise. Well, yes, if we can get Judi Dench, that would be a coup. If we can get Judi Dench to play Victoria. So, yeah, good luck with that one. That's going to be hard to do. And by the time we get the movie franchise, we have to make sure that Judi Dench is still around. All right, so Chris asked a question that we don't want to lose in the feed. With Sepia and such a long break, did you already know where the story was going? Has coming back to it after Eminence has blown up so big completely changed up? No, I always knew where... So the question that Dan is asking is, with such a long break between Sepia, because it was like, what, 4 years? 4 years. 4 years and a sigh. 4 years like, pfft, yeah. So it's been such a long break. Did I lose the where the story was going? And no, like I've described in the past, like each story has its own room in the Mind Palace. That's the crazy place, the Escher Palace in my head, right? Also, I've taken notes, so I knew where the story was supposed to go. It just took a while to get back into writing third person. That was more than the story itself. Getting to write where, instead of Sepia, well, Sepia's first person, but other things that were happening in third person. So that was more of an adjustment than the actual, where's the story going? I know where the story's going. It's going to be awesome, but, you know. The Sepia stories are a little slower, because they cut from scene to scene and character to character, so they take a while. It's not that crazy pace of Monty and Strong. It's a little bit, it's crazy, but it's a little bit more reserved. Let's see. Yeah, my Mind Palace. Yeah, but Mind Palace is like an Escher painting, so the stairs go up and down. And what movie did we see where that was? The Night at the Museum has that, where they jump into an Escher painting. That was awesome. That was awesome. What movie? The Night at the Museum, which one? The Smithsonian? No, the last one.
Yeah, the last
It
one.
was the third one, which wasn't that great, the movie itself, but there are scenes that are excellent. Yeah. So yeah, it was great because they had a fight scene. They were going for the tablet, and it would fall, and it would be here, and it was crazy. If you haven't seen that movie, you should. All right, so audiobooks out. What do we have? We have questions today, right? I asked this like you don't know, like I don't know. We have questions. But thank you for answering, nevertheless. So we have questions, and we have miscellaneous. We don't have many miscellaneous things today because this is the first of the year. I hope you guys spent 2020 or the close of 2020 in a quiet place or peaceful. That you transitioned well into 2021, even though 2021 is starting off really rough. So just keep doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is keeping safe, wear your mask. I know the vaccine is out, but it's still not available to everyone yet. So wear your mask, social distance, take care of your family, okay? All right, Tina asks, could you message me about the ZAZZLE? I want to know more about it. I'm thinking of side hustle ideas, and you are the only one I know that does it. Thanks, even if you don't have time. Tina, that's a question for Dolly. So there you go. Dolly, question for you. So you should PM Dolly, please. Jeanette says we had an Escher exhibit here at the National Gallery of Victoria, which I can only imagine what an Escher exhibit would be like. It would be mind-blowing. So yes, I'm sorry it's been a bad week, Davina. We have them. So the thing is that you're still here, and that's what's key. And no, Craig, it's not a Rorschach picture. It's not ink blots, and I wouldn't know what happened. So, Davina, if you do have bad weeks, the mob is not just here for just to, chat. You can also find someone, speak to one of the mods, and, you can let them know you've had a bad week. We're here to listen. The mob is a family. So there are going to be days, weeks, months, sometimes years that are bad. And that's why we're here. We're here to listen. And if you need to rant, we're here to listen to the rant too. Yes, Tina, you were talking to Dolly. Awesome. Yeah, I know. I figured you were. But she can definitely point you in that direction. And if any of you want to start a Patreon page, you should speak to her too. She did an amazing job with the Patreon page. So she's the one. And if you have techno questions and you're watching us on YouTube, that's brought to you by Chris Mendoza. I know he doesn't like to be blown up, but we couldn't do all the technical stuff without the technomancy of Chris and Dolly. So Chris Mendoza makes what you're seeing possible. So I always make it a point to let you guys know where the things are happening and by whom, because that's what we do in the mob, right? So that all that amazing stuff you see on YouTube that's happening right now live as I'm saying this is because of Chris Chrisman. So, and I know he likes to be the puppet master behind the scenes, but we got to acknowledge those who make the amazing stuff amazing. A worldwide filk ring. I don't know what a filk ring is. We rung in the new year. Okay. Maybe you can explain what a filk ring is, Jen. I'm always willing to learn new stuff. It's awesome because it always ends up in a story somewhere. Yes, Chris is a real techno man. So you might have heard them in the book, but Chris does it real life. Let's see. What else have we got? I guess we should do the questions, right? We can do questions. It's early. I always say it's early, and then when I turn around, we don't have time. So it's the craziest thing. Oh, songs of fandom. Cool. That is awesome, Jen. You definitely have a real talent for that. So yes. So that is amazing. Let's see. This is at least when Ayrton gets to school. Class is vulnerable because, oh yes, and stuff got bad last time. School shut. Wow, so that's great. There's only 5 kids. That's a nice size for Ayrton because of everything. So that's great. 5 kids is like just the right size. Oh, Weird Al, awesome. Okay, I'm a huge Weird Al fan. So, Filksters are comparable to Weird Al. That's amazing. Excellent. All right, so let's address some of the questions because hey, we can do that, and it's the new year, and why not? Let's first deal with Audrey, the question queen, because she's always, when we say questions, she's the first one to put up questions quick. All right. Audrey asks, What job did you have? This is directed to me. What job did you have that you absolutely hated?
Belly.
Oh my God, yes. Okay. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that one. All right. You know I love going to the gym, and I love training. And for a short, how long was I at Bally's?
Oh my God, I don't know, 6 months.
For a short time, I think maybe 6 months, I was a personal trainer at Bally's, the gym. And I absolutely disliked that job. I hated that job. Not because of dealing with the people, because I enjoyed, I went from Bally's to eventually opening my own dojo. But just the context of Bally's, and it was horrible. And I like training, and I've trained other people. Just within that context, it was bad. So yes, the absolute job that I hated, that I liked the least, was personal trainer at Bally's. And also because they paid crap. When they gave me a check, I was like, it costs you more to print this out than what it's worth. So yeah, it was bad. Let's see. Davina says, my questions are the kind of questions that can't be answered. Like, why did Hades give Peach this assignment? And you are right. I can't answer that. But that's a great question that will be answered. Let's see. About 5-10 books from now. Who knows? Around there. It's somewhere in that range. So yeah. All right, next question to Dolly. Audrey's question to Dolly is, what was the first concert that you went to? Dolly, I can't answer for you.
I've never been to a concert, but I've been to loads of ballets and operas and one Broadway show.
We went to say Les Mis. Yeah?
Yes, one Broadway show and 2 shows in London.
Awesome. Hope that answers your question, Audrey. Okay. My next question is, again from Audrey, the question queen. I'm glad we started the questions early because we have a lot more questions today. Make sure that I'm not missing anything on the feed. Hello, Wilma. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. If you had to choose to be one of your characters for a day, who would you pick and why? It's a good question. My question to you is, what makes you think I'm not all my characters every day? There you go. All right. But to really answer, so that's kind of evasive, right? That was really kind of evasive. If I had to choose a character, it'd have to be a toss-up between Ezra, because Ezra's just cool and he's death. And let's see, there's so many, there are a lot of characters in all the worlds that I've created. Jeez. All right, in the Mountain Strong world, I would pick Ezra. In the Spiritual Warriors world, I would pick Silk. Not Dante, Silk probably. There's so many series, but let's go with those two, because those two characters I kind of have a lot of affinity for. Those two characters, yeah. In the Assassin's Apprentice, I'd pick Huracan. Definitely, I like Huracan, huh? In Gideon Shepherd, I'd pick Gideon for sure. I lean more towards his character. Any other ones? In Sepia Blue, Gan for sure. Gan, definitely Gan. Nixia White. I can't say without, but okay, yeah, I would pick Grin and Nixia White. The other characters that are coming that I can't reveal yet, but Grin would be the one that I would pick, because Grin is, again, kind of like that mentor character, for sure. In Blackjack, definitely Jack, for sure, Craig. Yeah, let's see, what else? What? Oh, and Damned, Decons and Magical Nulls, Elite Division. That's a tough one, because I wouldn't pick Ursula, because I can't identify that much with Ursula, even though she's a great character. That's a tough one. I have to think about Damned, but I'm sure there are characters in there that I relate to. Let's see. I think that's it. No, not that more series. There are a lot more series, but those are the ones that. Which one? Oh, Gray. In Wander, Gray. That goes without question. Gray is. If I had to pick a character, the closest character to who I am, it would have to be Gray, I think. I want to go on the record as saying Gray. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's a good question. So Davina's asking. There's so many questions. Oof, let's see, Jeanette. Let me see what Jeanette said first. There's a comment in Bullets about Monty having a foreign energy signal. Do we know if that's been resolved yet? No, that's part of the longer setup for Monty's arc. Has to do with what's happening at Haven. So that's the quick answer, Jeanette. But it's not resolved yet, but it will be. The schism has helped reveal that more. Davina asks, do you have any characters who you don't like? Like me and Chi. Does she say me and Chi? Like me and Chi, who enjoy putting through difficult situations because they deserve it. Like, yeah, you can have an extra pain or... no, I love all my characters. I think it's not a matter of if I like or I don't like. It's a matter of easy to write, hard to write. But I enjoy them all. They all have a purpose, you know? But like I said, if I had to pick a character closest to who I am, it would be Gray. Definitely. Which I've been sprinkling Gray in. I've been wanting to get Gray back to Gray's stories, but I've been sprinkling him in like in the others. Like he was in Michigo, he was in Walking the Razor, so he's been hanging around. What is this jump up and down? Jump up and down and move all around, shake your head. Okay, I don't know. Are we doing a dance moment here, Jeanette? I'm missing that one. Oh, you're filking. Oh, okay. See ya. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Sorry, these things happen while I'm doing other things. So, Craig Zimmer says, hashtag villains you like. Villains that I like. I like all my villains. I've been accused of... So here's the thing that I've been accused of that I'm trying to work on, which I think I've been really good at, is that I have this great build-up to the final fight, and then when the final fight happens, it goes over so quickly. And so I have to make an effort to extend the final battle, which I think I did well in Walking the Razor. That was pretty good. Yeah, I try not to do that, but I used to just like build up, big bad guy boss, kill or eliminate, end of story. So I'm trying to, oh, Chris says Handwavia. I like that. So I'm trying to make that less happen less. Yeah, I know it's probably blocking the camera. So yeah, people are gonna be like, "Whoa, what's going on?" All right, so questions. Let's move on. Malcolm asks, which ruined fallen civilization are time traveling? So which ruined or fallen civilization are time traveling Monty, Strong, and Peaches not responsible for? They haven't been time traveling, so it's not going to be an issue for them at any point that I know of. I'll have to check with Sid for that. The follow-up to that question is, will Sid Rat ever regret letting them know about that time travel is possible? Yes, that is a definite yes. And then Malcolm, another question from Malcolm is, what question do you hope no one ever asks you and consider it asked? Where do you get your ideas? Because no author can tell you where they get the ideas from. So I like Neil Gaiman's answer, which is he goes to the little idea shop down the lane, and he picks up his ideas like every week or something. I'm gonna have to come up with something like that. But yeah, I get the question often enough for it to be like, you can't really answer that as an author. The ideas just come, and I think they come when you're actually working. The more you're doing the writing, the more you're receptive to ideas. So, but that's the question that everyone asks. That I wish no one would ask, but everyone asks anyway. Let's see. Oh, Tina asks. Tina Rose Johnson asks, in case we have another Tina. Do Monty and Simon have kids? No. They're both old enough. Yes, they are both old enough, but they don't. Do Mages have trouble having kids? No. So I think that's. I know there are stories where if it's a mage or a wizard that it's hard for them to have kids. I don't subscribe or ascribe to that school of thought. So the energy of the magic doesn't stop them from procreating. So they can have kids, they just don't have any. Look at Cece, right? Cece, she's a child, but she's, oh boy, is she gonna be in trouble? She's gonna be interesting later on, even more. I like that we have some villains in the background that are evolving. Yes, we do have some villains that are growing. And don't forget, there's some that have stepped off center stage that will be back. If I can remind you about dragons and demigods. There's a demigod in the background that kind of stepped off stage, but will be back. Like Chris says, yes, you open the doors by writing. This is why I have a mug in my hand, Chris, because the hand wavia. That's it. Yes. Yes, Tina. A very zen answer. That's usually the way I answer. Scarlett wants to know, will Simon evoke more? Evoke more what? Frustration? I don't understand the question. Can you explain that to me? Will Simon evoke what? More desire to slap him upside the head? Evoke or evolve? Maybe, do you mean evolve more? And yes, Chris, kids happen when they happen. Chris, this is very, yeah, that's very true. I think she means evolve. Yes. Well, if it's evolve, yes, Scarlett. If you read Walking the Razor, you see that Simon kind of took on the role of Monty in a way because he had to deal with Jessica. So, evoke as a magical... Yeah, that's why I asked, because evoke can be a magical term, and that's why. That would only happen in this conversation, because evoke is a magical term. But if you read in Walking the Razor, you'll see that Simon has evolved quite a bit. And he was the catalyst for the story. And so, yes, he has evolved, and he will continue to evolve, and has to. There's no choice. And even more in Requiem, which is the story that I'm writing now, he's going to have to make some hard choices about what he wants to do with his life, and how he wants to continue. And the risks that it entails, the choices that he has to make. So, yeah, and they're dragons, so it's going to be dicey. Yes, Sai, Shiva, Castor, there are a few, Jeanette, that are in the background. Don't forget the hybrid hasn't disappeared, right? So there's still a lot of things in the background. Isn't it the club, the hybrid? You're like, huh? Don't worry, I do the same thing. People say things to me, and I'll go, what? What are you talking about? There's a place in the M&S world that is run by Castor and his brother. So, if you remember the name, enlighten me. Davina asks, which one of your worlds would you rather live in? Wow. That's a good one. I think I'd rather live in the Monty and Strong world. It's because overall it's still a really, really good world. The next world that I'm writing now is dark. So I don't know if I'd want to live in that world without being like Nyx or Acheron, you know? Castor and Polis' hotel, yes. Hybrid is what it's called. Yes. I do remember it. But you know, there are a lot of things that are floating around in my head. Yeah, if he's alive in my head, Malcolm, he has to evolve. He has to grow. Yes. Bollocks in Pasta's place. Yeah, okay. Dan says, will Nana be back? Asked in an Arnie voice. Yes. Nana never left. Remember, she fakes her death. So, Nana and Dex have a series of short stories that I'm going to be writing at some point when we get this calendar down, called Old Magic. And old because they're both old, and old because they're both old, powerful. So, she's going to be back. She'll be back. And she'll be back in the Monty and Strong world too. So, Craig asked, does it really matter which world since you seem to be connecting all of them? Yeah, but I'm not connecting the sepia blue world, although actually I have connected the sepia blue world, you're right. But I have not connected the Nixia white world. So I think that's the only world that's not connected, I think. And Spiritual Warriors actually will be connected at some point later on. Yeah. Tina says, no coating the hero in ketchup or barbecue sauce and feeding them to the dragons. Yeah, these aren't those kind of dragons. These dragons will just destroy you immediately. They won't eat you that way. Yes, writing soon. TM, for sure. Yeah. Hello, Dawn. Welcome. Again, if I have missed you when you're walking in, I apologize. The feed, like I said, goes fast, even when I watch it on the screen. So welcome and Happy New Year. Not connected yet. All of the worlds, I want to say all of the worlds are connected, except for Spiritual Warriors, which might be connected. Sepia Blue, which I have connected to the Mountain Strong world, even if it's tangentially. Ava James is not connected. Gideon Shepherd is not connected. Bertha, the Assassin's Apprentice is not connected. What else? There are a few that aren't connected. Blackjacks is not connected unless we connect them somehow in the far future and end up being descendants of Monty and Strong. Let's see that. So there are a few worlds that aren't connected. So there you go. Yes, I've been beating up your book boyfriend, Don. He deserved it, but he's gonna come back even stronger. Don't worry. And it wasn't really beating him up. He's just going through some moments. He's going through some growing pains. That's all. So he'll be fine. He will be fine. Let's see. So what else have we got? I think, do we have any more questions? I think those. If you have any questions, ask them now, because we are almost closing on our first episode of the new year. I think those are all the questions, right? Yeah, I think those are all the questions. So if you have any questions that you want to ask now while we're here now, this is the time to ask them. Don't ask them about. If I can't answer them, I won't. Obviously, not that I won't. That I'll deflect, but I just say I can't answer them. Like if it's pertaining to Nameless or Requiem or They Rend. But if I can answer them, I will. Davina asks, were you tempted to keep Monty dark and have him as an active villain for a bit? Yes, I was definitely tempted to go further into his darkness and have Simon really have to make some harder choices. But then what happened when I explored that track, it changed Simon as a character, and so it would change who Simon is, and so I said I needed Monty to go only so dark, and then have Simon kind of bring him back for the brink. But I had fun making Dex dark, like kind of mean to Simon. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, having Dex beat up Simon, and what he used to prod Simon was really fun and revealing. But it won't be revealing until later on. Actually, in Requiem, it'll be more revealing. But it goes to show you that Dex knows a lot more than he lets on. Tina wants to know, was Callie really helping Simon? Callie has her own agenda. So, yes and no. But she was helping him in a way. But, again, she has, like Hades, she has a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes that she hasn't let them know. Sarah wants to know, will Rags ever give Peaches the time of day? No. Not really. So, she'll tolerate him, but Peaches is... Rags is focused on Cece, and so her only purpose, her only focus right now is keeping Cece safe, because she's her guardian, and that's all she's supposed to do. So that's what she's not gonna give Peaches too much airtime. Callie was helping Callie, but it was useful to Simon in the moment. Right, exactly. Callie is very much all about. Remember, she was dealing with a 5,000-year-old plan that Simon messed up. So there's some reckoning to be had. No, Shiva did not curse Simon. No, Callie did. You had to read No God is Safe again. More Hades, please. Yes, Don. More Hades later on. Hades is something that he's a character that I have to use sparingly because he's such a large character. He takes up, like when I write him into a story, I have to be really careful about how I write him into the story because he dominates every scene that he's in because he's just so awesome a character and he's so important a character. And so Hades has to be used very sparingly as a character. That's why you'll see Corbell in there a lot, almost as a stand-in for Hades. And even Corbell is awesome to have in a story. Let's see. Simon having to deal with an evil Monty would be like the comment about how if Monty had to kill William. Right, exactly. It would take him down a path that he couldn't come back from easily. and that's not the focus of that character like that. Dolly, oh Dolly, who's this Dolly person? We just let anyone into these things. How do you prioritize which books get to be written when you do? Why do some books get pushed back in favor of others? This is like 3 questions in one. Okay. The priority is there's always a Monty and Strong book. Always. There always has to be a Monty and Strong book. And then, so why do some books get pushed back in favor of others? Because it depends on if it's related to Monty and Strong or if it's like Sepia. Sepia was pushed off to the side because Monty and Strong took precedence, but I've always wanted to finish Sepia, so now I have to bring her back. So Sepia has pushed everything besides Monty and Strong back. And are we able to influence the decisions? Yes, that's why the Nixia and Acheron coalition is gaining strength. So, yes, you're able to influence those decisions. Dan asks, preferably with chocolate and coffee. Those really influences the decisions. Dan asks, will Black Orchid Farsight Daughter of Vast have more like? Yes, she has her own series coming out soon. She's still got to go through some stuff with Master Yacht, but that's gonna be developed in her book, the Black Orchid, in her series. Malcolm goes, yeah, Malcolm, thanks. Okay, same thing. It goes Monty and Strong always first, because there's always a Monty and Strong book. Because Monty and Strong, like I've explained in the past, if all my books are a tree, Monty and Strong are the roots and the trunk, right? So they're the essence of everything. And then the branches are all the other series and trees that are connected to Monty and Strong, even if they aren't connected. Adios, Craig. Take care. Have a great rest of the day, and Happy New Year again. So Dolly asks, when do we get a Bangers and Mash short story? I have the cover done, which I think I have to change. I didn't like it too much. I got to change it a bit. It looked a little ugh. So I'm going to have to speak to Kim at the Ranged. But Bangers and Mash, that's a completely comedic story, Bangers and Mash, where they're going to basically be bumbling their way through the aftermath or causing stuff from Monty and Strong. So it kind of has to be interwoven into Monty and Strong stories, or it's going to be written as the other side of the Monty and Strong story. So let's say Monty and Simon go through an area, it explodes. Banger and Mash will tell you that same story, but from a different perspective and how they mess things up. So it's more of a funny take on, it's basically Monty and Simon, but funny. Like, so it'll be there. I got the series in my head already, so I have to just get it out. Davina says Jessica has to go through lots of stuff, painful stuff, really painful, prolonged and painful. Yes, she's going to be seeing Master Yacht for a long time. It's going to be painful. And she's got a lot of growing up to do too. She's led a very sheltered life. So she's going to be, I feel bad for her, but it needs to happen. Yes, Scarlett, it's going to be, so basically Bangers and Mash is a parody of Monty and Strong. And then they're going to be bumping up against Monty and Strong repeatedly. So we saw them, I forgot what book were they in. Was it Reaping Wind?
Yeah.
Bangers and Mash? Yeah.
No, it was later on, I think.
I know Bangers and Mash made an appearance. I'm trying to see which book it was. It wasn't Reaping Wind? It wasn't the Golem. Was it the Golem? I know. I can't remember either. I know they were in there. And so now we're going to see them have their story where Monty and Simon make a cameo. So it's going to be awesome.
The Golem.
I think it was the Golem. Yeah, Golem?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they dealt with the freezing building in the beginning. Yeah. All right. Jeanette says, Jessica's anti-fan base is strong. Yeah, it is strong. Dolly says, the in-between lines was, can we influence you to write more Nixia now? I'm writing Nixia now. I'm writing They Rend. So we'll see what happens after They Rend and They Kill. So, yes, the Golem. It was the Golem, for sure. Where they dealt with the frozen Moscow, and then Bangs and Mash rolls up. And so, yeah. So how many coalitions do we have? We have pro-Nixia, yes. Anti-Jessica, Finish Sepia. There are a lot of coalitions. You guys better get it together. We're going to have like a civil war in here. Form one coalition that does everything. For sure. Yes, exactly. At Peaches Con, we can have the Nixia booth. We can have the Night Warden booth. We can have all these different booths for everything, for all this. And, oh yeah, don't forget, the Silk is the Man coalition. Because Dan is leading And then the Ava coalition. There's few coalitions. I'm going to have to really learn that shadow clone jutsu at this point. And so, yeah, the Soon coalition. I think that's the one. We should make a shirt that says Soon TM. Because everybody, and then, because you guys know that's my blanket answer for everything. When is this going to be written? Soon TM. So, I'm going to have a shirt made up with that. It just says Soon, trademark. Let's have one and put it in the ZAZZLE store. And I'm gonna rock that one soon. TM or another Meet Is Life one. Oh, let's see. What's gonna happen with Bangers and Mash is that they're always gonna be Bangers and Mash. They don't have that kind of. They have what's called a flat arc because they don't really learn from what they think they're right. So there's no reason for them to change. But that's gonna be funny, and so they have to make cameos. Enough cameos where I could make them have their own story. But they do have I already have a cover for them and everything. It's set. Davina says, do you need to teach the Valkyries to start writing, teach them your style, handle some projects? That's a great plan. I think I need to work on that. Get them to start writing early and then have that done. Imagine if some of our favorite writers would have done it, like Terry. I was speaking, remember I was talking to Dolly a while ago about how no one else can write your book. It's an amazing thing because I've spoken to other authors, right? And I was thinking about that with Terry. Like after Terry Pratchett passed, there's no one else who can come in and say, okay, I'm going to continue Sir Terry's work. It just can't happen. It's like there's no other J.R.R. Tolkien, or there's no other, just pick any fantastic author out there. It just can't happen. And so you got to get all the stories you have out while you can. That's the key. Because no one else can write your stories for you. It's that simple. And it's that complicated. But, yeah. Well, Brandon Sanderson, even when he finished Wheel of Time for Robert Jordan, right? A lot of people said that it wasn't the same voice. So even though Brandon Sanderson, I love his Miss Bourne, is it? The series that he wrote, where you burn tin and things like that. Yeah, but it's hard to replace another author. Yeah, that's exactly. And he had, not only did he have it steamrolled, I think he had all remaining works destroyed, like any physical works, like any manuscripts, he had them destroyed too. So no one could keep his work. That was Sir Terry. He had all remaining any notes, they were destroyed. So that's why. But Brandon Sanderson, for the most part, because I never read The Wheel of Time, from what I understand, he did a good job with Robert Jordan's work. But the same thing with the Bourne. Yeah, the Bourne series was never the same. So it's the same thing. The movies are great, but the stories changed after the original author passed. Yeah. Right, it's never going to be the same. It's going to be good. It's going to be Sanderson's take on The Wheel of Time, right? If someone picks up Terry Pratchett's work, it's going to be this person's interpretation of Terry Pratchett. But it's not the same thing as Terry Pratchett writing. Like, there were moments when I'm reading Terry Pratchett, when I was reading, that you would stop because the brilliance that he showed was incredible. And then you'd read one line, and then you'd read it again, and then you'd go to the footnote, and it would just melt your brain even more. And so it's hard to replicate that. I think it's almost impossible to do it the same way as Terry Pratchett, or the same way as, let's say, a Stephen King would, or a Dean Koontz would, or any other well-known, established, any other person, period. So write your stories. Same thing for the Dune series, right? Because I read the original Dune, and I read the Dune, and then they started expanding on it, and after they started expanding on it, I was like, this is not Frank Herbert. It was like, it wasn't the same. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Jeanette, I kind of experienced that whole, viewing a story from a different point of view. And when I wrote with John Logson, and we did a collaboration for the Badlands, and it's two different voices, excuse me, two different voices, same story. So it is an interesting experiment. Have I seen The Watch? I will not see The Watch, at least not the version that's out now. No, that's a hard no for me, Malcolm. They should not say it's based on Terry Pratchett at all. They should say then they shouldn't even call it The Watch. They should call it something else. Call it, I don't know. I mean, just call it something else, not The Watch. So no, that's a hard no for me. Right, after the first Dune, I was kind of done, because same thing. Yeah, Davina, I totally believe that, because Terry was a master at what he was doing. And I've read excerpts that I know that I've read, and I look and I go, how did I miss that? And, you know, it's just the way his brain was. That he was able to, even like The Color of Magic, which is a small book for Terry. That's a thin book, because most of his later books got really big. It's so packed with stuff that I've missed. Like, I'll go back and I'll read a part of The Color of Magic, and I'll go, how did I miss this the first time? So it's amazing. Yes, Malcolm, it's a travesty. They shouldn't base anything like that on... put it this way. Pratchett's name should not be attached to that at all, period. And that's why I said they should name it something else, not called The Watch. Call it The Look. I don't know. Call it something else. Call it Night Creatures, or I don't know. Yeah, so, but not The Watch. It's disrespectful to Terry's memory, and to his work. His body of work is amazing. And that is not... It's not even a loose interpretation. It's just horrible. What I've seen, the trailer, oof, no. Yes, Jeanette, the luggage is right up there with the librarian. So, yeah, ook indeed. Oh, man, we're almost done. See, this is what I'm telling you. Now we're almost done. Now we're almost out of time. It's incredible. At some point, I think, oh, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough to say. And before you know it, it's like, oh, we're running out of time. Yeah, Davina, that's gonna be hearsay for me in terms of it's a watchable series as long as you forget it's meant to be connected to Discworld, because I'm not intending to watch it. So there you go. It's not like, you know how you can tell, at least I could, but how you can tell from a trailer almost how the quality of the story, like Good Omens. When I saw the trailer for Good Omens, I was like, yes, I've got to watch this. Yeah, David Tennant. I mean, it's like, whoa. And then Gaiman was attached to it, so you knew that there was going to be some integrity to the story. When I saw the trailer for The Watch, it was a hard no, like immediately. It's like, oh, I just can't. And so, I think that's an apt description between The Watch and Good Omens, and how they were both made for film. And there are other books that were made for film from Terry Pratchett, right? Yeah, so I don't know what happened. Yeah, but see, I don't know what that means, John, that there's a link to the author's location. What does that mean exactly? Can you elaborate a bit? Yeah, Good Omens was incredible. It was so well done. And the acting, the casting was perfect. It was so well done. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rihanna on this one for sure. Yeah, but yeah, when I saw Good Omens, and I'm willing to see it again because it was just that good. Yeah, I'm willing to watch the whole series again. It was because it was just so well written. But again, you had Sir Terry's blessing because he told Neil to do it. Then you had Neil on set, consulting as they were filming, like he was there. And he's one of the co-authors. So there you go. So that's the difference you have between Good Omens and The Watch. Okay? At least in my, that's my opinion. Good Omens it worked. Exactly. He would not, Neil Gaiman, love him or hate him, he's very protective of his work. And he likes to keep things true to his work. And so he would not allow them to destroy Terry's memory that way. Oh, John says you have New York City, others tied to where the. For me, New York City is a character in and of itself. That's why that's why all my books are set in New York City, because New York City itself is a character. And I think some other famous authors said that too. It's like most writers wouldn't write in New York City because New York City is such a character that it would overpower the book. So I took that as a dare, and said I'm going to write my stories in New York City. And New York City is a character, but when you write New York City, if you don't know New York City, it comes through. Because I've seen other writers write about New York City who've never been here, and you can tell. And that's why I try to be very careful when I write about locations that I have not personally been to. Like the reason I was able to destroy London so well, Monty and Strong were able to destroy London so well, is because I went to London. And I wouldn't have written that story had I not gone to London and done Silver Cloud's Dirty Sky. Because once I was there, I was able to see the places that they destroyed. And I was able to experience it. I walked through Hyde Park. I walked along the Thames. I did all those places that you see in that story. I was actually there. So that's why that story resonated that way. And it's the same thing. Yeah, Jim Butcher was in Chicago. Same thing. Dresden in Chicago. The way Butcher describes Chicago, you know he knows it. Exactly, Chris. New York City is a personality unto itself. And the people that are in New York City, even though I haven't showcased them too much, but like Ramirez, Frank, the medic, the EMT guy, yeah. And how did you destroy the Far East, Malcolm wants to know. I didn't destroy the Far East, if you noticed. Japan was left pretty much intact. So, because, you know, Michiko would have killed Simon if he destroyed more than what was already destroyed. So, there you go. I didn't destroy too much of the Far East. At least not yet. Give me time. Let's see. For me, Good Omens is everything American Gods isn't. Different style, of course, but AG is hard, long. Yes, it is. It's a different one. Is for me, AG is like the Nixia White of Monty and Strong. Yeah. Yes, but he had a really good teacher. Dawn is saying, but that Butcher hadn't been to Chicago when he first started writing Dresden Files. But he had a really good writing teacher, which was able to have him. She made him study Chicago, even though he didn't go there. That's why it came across so well. Audrey says, I hate it when authors mess up local things. One Cozy Mystery was set in West Virginia, but the main character is British. Yeah, I try never to do that, but when I do, I have you guys to let me know that something's wrong. That's why I have if you notice in the acknowledgements, I have a UK mob. Like Davina's part of it, Penny is part of it, Carrie is part of it. There are things in UK that I may get wrong. I run to the UK mob and say, hey, you know, is this right? Is this wrong? Does this sound correct? Like the McVitie's. There was a whole conversation about biscuits and what are biscuits and what are cookies, and it was a whole thing. Like, I thought, you know, it was a simple thing. It is not a simple thing in the UK. So there you go. I will say, who's popping in the background? Who was it? Oh, that was Valkyrie #1. So, who popped in? Yes, biscuits, cookies. What is the other one? This is the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, so will Chi and Simon eventually have a come to Jesus? I don't know what a come to Jesus moment is exactly. Like, what, would they reconcile? Would they get serious about their relationship? I don't know. Yes, Davina, I have discovered that biscuits are not simple. I get it. I completely understand. See, I don't know what that means, Sarah, a come to Jesus moment. Like, yeah. Maybe you want to elaborate on that. Soda versus cordial. See, there you go. See, now we're talking into whole different kinds of biscuits and their subsets and what they're used for and therefore and so on. And yeah. So we're going to wrap it up on biscuits because it's 1:45 and we should have been done 5 minutes ago, but I like hanging out with you guys so much. Oh, a serious talk? Oh, that kind of come to Jesus. They've had those moments. They can't go any further than where they've gone right now because it's just not possible. There's too many things in the way right now. So I don't know if that moment will ever happen because this is going to be so much in their life happening at all times. Like right now, Chi just cleaned house in the whole place, in the council. So she's got to deal with the fallout from that. And Simon's going to be dealing with his past. And so maybe I can speak to Sid and he can show Simon a timeline where he and Chi got together and everything was beautiful. How's that? A parallel timeline. We could do that. So I want to thank all of you here and all of you on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. And thank you for being here. Happy New Year again. Remember, guys, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, it's incredible the things that are happening. Please wear your masks. Practice your social distance. You know, stay safe, stay healthy. You see, I'm going back to the gym, but when I'm in the gym, I have to wear a mask from the moment I step in to the moment that I leave. So it's important. Wear your mask, be safe, use judgment, common sense. If you're not feeling well, stay away from other people. Really wear your mask. I want you all to have a great weekend, and don't forget to be uncommon. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye. Bye. Where's Zoya? Well,
Wait.
hold on a second. Don't go because we gotta have our little person who says goodbye, and she gets upset now. If I don't have her say goodbye, she gets sad. So we gotta have her say goodbye. Z, come say bye.
Bye.
Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Okay. Bye, Joy. You came at the last moment. Bye, Joy. See ya.